Step 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 8. How we doing, guys? Yeah. I'm glad everybody left the whole front row empty. That's good. No one wants attempted crowd work on them. That's fine. I could do it on myself. That's totally fine. Guys, give it up for yourselves for being here one time. Yeah, give it up for Caffiene Underground for having this space for us. And Ian Forge, he's not here, but you're late.
Sorry, drugs.
You were here the last 2 hours. How are you late to your own show?
Fucking drugs.
When you've already been here for 2 hours.
Drugs. Stop. I'm gonna go. The answer to all of these questions.
Don't do drugs, kids.
It's drugs. Do the drugs.
Don't
do all those hard drugs. Hard them drugs right in the face. Do drugs on top of other drugs while someone put them on their genitals. It's okay. We can say that. You can say the word genitals.
Don't do drugs.
Do drugs.
You do drugs, you end up in a basement like this for the wrong reasons. It's for the right reason. It's for the right reasons. Totally don't mistake that. Hot start.
Love it. Co-host, you ever said your name?
Yes, I am Thy Subway Show.
And I am Audio ZK. We are the Do It Show. Thank you for coming here
again. Thank you for coming to do it, guys.
To this lovely, not haunted basement that is
haunted.
Absolutely not stashing bodies somewhere.
Just dragons.
Just maybe.
There's definitely one dragon.
Definitely a dragon. So tonight, again, we're kind of starting a little late, so we're going to kick this off. My co-host may have a few words, however, I'm going to try to see if I can scare some people from going home to a comedy show. A black guy outside in Brooklyn at night dressed in all black. That's just the scariest thing white people have ever seen. So it's okay. However, you get us kicked off. I hope you all love the talent that we have tonight.
Yeah, we have some great talent tonight.
Please enjoy yourselves. Kick ass, world domination.
Give it up for Thy Subway Show, everybody. I already said that was my name. All right. Good. How you guys been doing? You guys been doing good? Been working? Anybody come from work? Anybody? No? Yeah? No? No? Everybody's like trying to find work right now. That's cool. I work here. I shit where I eat. That's what I do. I work as a barista. And, yep. And, I love it. Cause you meet a lot of different people, and, does anybody work in the service industry? Anybody work? Yeah, food and service, beverage. Go you. I work here, but it's funny going to different cafes. That's gonna come on and off throughout the show. Just act normal, it's a part of the ambiance, right? All right. Fuck my life. All right. I work here, but I went to this other cafe. Has anyone ever been to Cafe Reggio? Anyone ever been to Cafe Reggio? I went to Cafe Reggio, and I sat down, and the server came to take my order. And as soon as he took my order, he just goes over to the manager, and he goes, "I don't want to do this anymore." And I don't know if he knew that he couldn't hear me or not, but I just said, all I ordered was a croissant. What the fuck? Why would you say that? I love working here, though. When I saw myself doing comedy, I always saw myself on the show Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. If there was a show about me now, it'd be Comedian Without a Car Serving Coffee. That'd be the fucking title of the show. It's good. Any true New Yorkers in the house? Anyone born and raised? Give it up for yourselves. Yeah, I love New York. New York is great. It's just oversaturated by businesses. That's the thing. It's way too oversaturated. The names of the businesses aren't even original anymore, right? I walked past by this pizza parlor the other day, and the name of the pizza parlor was not Ray's Pizza. How the fuck? Really? There's so many Ray's pizzas that, no, this is a pizza parlor. It's just not Ray's. That's what we're doing. That's like if I had two friends, one of them was named Jeff, and I saved the other one in my contacts as not Jeff, That doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't know. I've been doing comedy. I moved up here. I'm actually from Florida. I moved up here about 2 years ago, doing stand-up comedy for 2 years. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't know you had to be funny to do this shit. I didn't know you had to be funny to do this shit. I just wanted to be one of those guys. I just wanted to be a stand-up guy. On that note, let's get the show started, everybody! I'm going to bring up our first comic. I'm not excited for this comic to do it because I actually started off with this guy. Mad funny. Give it up. You've seen him perform at Soho Playhouse. Give it up for Alec Tracy, everybody! Yeah!
Thank you, Audio. Guys, give it up for Audie! Woo! Last weekend I was working on The Joker, the new Joker movie. They were filming down by the Statue of Liberty. And I take my NDA very serious, so I'm not going to tell anyone here about what happens in the scene we filmed where the Joker dies by Batman. I'm not going to say a word about it. I was thinking about villains, there would never be a Joker today. The second the Joker started acting like that, someone would be like, dude, what's going on? Talk to me, bro. He'd get put on fucking Prozac. All of his friends would be like, hey, Joker, you feel like taking down Gotham City? He's like, no, I'm thinking about going to community college. I'm going to start talking to my dad again, too. I was thinking about getting into teaching. You're going to teach people how to destroy stuff? No, I was thinking of middle school social studies. I don't know. It's just a really good age to get kids, you know what I mean? I'm late for yoga. Namaste. I got to go. I filmed an episode of Law & Order, and they made me sign an NDA for that. But I think you guys are really cool, so I'm going to tell you what happens. On this season of Law & Order, there's going to be an episode where someone gets murdered. Now, I'm not allowed to be saying this, but like I said, you guys are pretty fucking cool. And the crazy thing about this episode is that they only have 45 minutes and 3 commercial breaks to figure out who did it, so... Law & Order, they always solve the crimes. They always, do you know how many unsolved crimes there are out there? I wish an episode of Law & Order would just end with some guy going, yeah, I don't know. We don't know who did it. All right, see you next week. Take care. God bless. What else do I want to say about that? So, I was in rehab once, and this guy from NYU is a scientist. He was talking all the studies he does on alcoholics. And he said he does studies on alcoholics of every age, ethnicity, race. And he said he gets alcoholics, and a lot of them as young as the 3rd grade. That is fucking bonker. Listen, I didn't like losing a kickball either, but that is, taking it pretty fucking bad when you're fucking boozing. Kids crying at school because they don't have any more olives to put in their fucking martini. Imagine getting a call that your kid was fighting, and you're like, oh my god, who is he fighting? And they're like, alcoholism. Pick your kid up. He's fucking drunk. He needs to go to fucking rehab. I don't know how kids... Just to give you an example of just how crazy it's gotten, about 100 years ago this year, one of the biggest songs in the country was a song called Let's Misbehave. So... Kids in 3rd grade these days are fucking boozing, and 100 years ago, for fun, they were like, let's misbehave, woo, look at us. If a 3rd grader today heard that song, Let's Misbehave, he'd be like, this guy's a fucking pussy, am I right? Give me a break. I wasn't allowed to look at boobs when I watched movies growing up. My dad would make me cover my eyes. He would, yell at me. He'd be like, cover your eye. I chose the fucking movie. Bro, I wanted to see Good Burger, all right? The movie's called Titanic. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Of course there's going to be... That movie was PG-13, Titanic, by the way. There was nudity in that. That's nuts. PG-13, and right between that PG and 13 was a gigantic set of Kate Winslet's boobies. I give those boobies a 13 on a scale of 1 to 10. They were great. It was the first time I got to see boobies without my... hand covering the front of me. I get it. My dad was trying to protect me because when I was 5, my cousin showed me porn and I started hysterically crying. It was a lot. 2 hours before that, I was watching fucking Boy Meets World. Now I'm watching some porn called girl meets dick. Like, it was brutal. It was too much. It's not good. If I had just learned to cover my eyes, I would have been all right, but I didn't. But I did get curious. I'm like, do my parents have sex like they do in the porn? So I kept on trying to walk in on my parents having sex. And oh boy, I caught them having sex. They were having some good old-fashioned Irish Catholic fucking married sex. Can you pay the water bill? Yeah, you gotta pay it. All right. And walking in on your parents having sex is very traumatizing, but I didn't cry because I learned to cover my eyes. I was taught right. I was raised right. I was raised with decency. Yeah. Adi, how much time do we have? 4 minutes. Okay. Does anyone know who the gold guy is in Times Square? He's the guy covered completely in gold. You can't miss him, to be honest with you. I love that guy. I talked to that guy one day, and he's actually really normal, which is weird. It's weird to see a guy covered completely in gold, like, complain about the price of milk. When you see a guy covered in gold, you're like, the only thing he's complaining about are the fucking voices in his head. It was really weird. The other thing I found is funny is that guy, his whole shtick is he just stands still all day. That's his thing. Only a guy would look at a statue and get jealous. Like, I could fucking do that. So I was talking to the gold guy, and he was complaining about the silver guy. He's the guy on the other side of Times Square that's covered completely in silver. And he was really pissed at this guy. He was like, this silver guy fucking, he doesn't take this shit serious. He's fucking a wild card, which I was surprised to hear. That a guy that covers himself in paint and stands in Times Square is a little bit nuts. I was not ready to hear that. And as a white guy seeing a gold guy complain about a silver guy, the only thing I could say was, am I high? Am I in a dream? What is going on here? It was very odd. But I got him in a real bad mood, and then he had to go back to work, like standing still, but he was all fucking mad. I was like, look at that guy, covered in gold, makes all that money, still unhappy. Money does not buy happiness, is the moral of that story. Yeah, I come from an Irish Catholic family. Come from a really great family. I used to do intravenous heroin use, and my parents used to give me shit about it. It was like being raised by nuns. It was fucking bullshit. It's like, come on, guys, loosen up. Fucking pussy. Come on, man. One thing I learned is that I'm not allowed, because I got caught using heroin, is I'm never allowed to use that phrase, I'm not using heroin. Anyway, we've all done that. You know, you get caught doing something, you're like, relax, it's not like I'm using heroin. You get caught smoking pot. Relax, it's not like I'm using heroin. Well, I got caught using heroin. So when I got caught, I was like, guys, relax. It's not like I'm involved in 9/11. I don't know. I got nothing. I'm in trouble, aren't I? All right, I'm going to go ahead. All right. Thank you. Yeah, I come from... You know what the worst part about heroin use is? It's not, being sick all the time or, The worst part is that I got raised by good people, so when you're getting called out for using heroin, you have nothing to throw back in their face. My parents would yell at me, like, you're doing drugs, you're gonna be dead, get your shit together. And I'd be like, oh really? Well, Dad goes to fucking church, and Mom made us dinner yesterday, so you got some fucking nerve giving me shit. The other thing is it's very hard dating sober, because it's really tough. I mean, you look at a bar, you see a guy drinking water and a girl drinking alcohol, I look like a fucking psychopath. I'm just staring at her, And then people always give you idea for dates, different, cool date ideas. Someone told me the library as a date. Is there a better way to tell someone you're completely fucking broke than saying, let's go to the fucking library for a date? She's like, and I'm a fucking idiot. I don't read at all. I'm fucking stupid. So she'd be like, hey, come check this book out. It's The Color Purple. This book means a lot to me. I identify with the main character and its themes. And I'm like, I want to show you a book. This is Where's Waldo? Now, Waldo, Waldo is, you got to find him. And I think that's maybe a metaphor for life. When I was growing up in school, whoever took out Where Waldo before you would just circle Waldo with a black magic marker. So you'd just be like, there's Waldo, there's Waldo, there's Waldo. All right, that counts as reading a book, I think. All right, guys, give it up for Roddy. Thank you very much, everyone.
Give it up for Alec, everybody. I almost tripped over my own mic. How funny would have that been, guys? All right. You guys like one-liners? Yeah, I also like Coke. That's cool. You were talking about librarians. You guys like impressions? You guys like impressions? This is my impression of a librarian on a date. Just my impression. Shh. People are trying to read the menu. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was gonna get a lot more laughs. I thought that was gonna fucking kill, guys. But I know this next comic she is the producer of the legendary Air Radio Show. Give it up for Chloe Fabiano. Watch her come and do it! Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. It's a fun vibe. I might end right there. I was fucking crushed. So, I quit while I'm ahead. Alright. That was for the boomerang. Okay, so cool. What's up? I just got engaged. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. It's just an impression of my coworker. She's like, I get why she says it so much, you know, because people cheer on pretty much on command, you know. Everyone loses their shit every time. Single people shit bums people out. You know, you're never like, hey, I finally nailed cooking for one. And then like, no, they're like, that was a bummer. Try not to say that again. It's not good. Oh, yeah, she says it every day. It's great. No, I am single. All right, normally there's actually a big gasp from the audience. Kind of disbelief ripples through the crowd. Not you guys. You were like, yeah, that 100% tracks for you. We absolutely sense that. Tell a joke. You guys are nice. You seem cool. I say that for every set. You guys are all comics, so you get that. You get that. You guys seem nice, though. I actually got heckled a few weeks ago. Not by a machine, by a man. Duh. Right. Didn't have to say that part. In Long Island. Also, duh. But that was on me. I shouldn't have went there. You guys know about Long Island? It's a part of New York where just all of the worst people in America decide to settle. It's kind of where thought goes to die. People in Long Island are like, I'm good, I'm evolving, done. Anyway, this guy heckled me about my weight, which was cool. And I don't normally do audience participation, but I'm going to give you guys two options about how this guy looked, okay? Do you think that this man who heckled me was A, like a chiseled Adonis? You know, like a real hottie, real authority on beauty. Or B, the fattest, baldest man alive? Show of hands. A, hottie, model. B, fattest, baldest man alive. Yeah, you guys get it? Okay, cool. Salt of the earth here at Caffiene. I don't know the name of this place. And you know, at first I was upset because it's only my core insecurity in life. And I was also upset because I know for sure that I was like the hottest woman that this guy's ever talked to, like outside of his incognito tab, you know? Some of you get it. This is where I would point to like a husband and wife duo in the crowd. Just picture that. It always kills. The first I was upset. And then I was like, you know, I can actually learn from this man. It's kind of beautiful. Because this guy thought he was like hot shit, you know? And men get to do this cool thing where they just believe something about themselves and then it's true. You know? Like it's how we all just kind of let Drake believe that he's like a hardened criminal. You know? It's like, okay, Drake, you're a child actor from Canada. Your name is Aubrey. You're not. What are we doing here? Yeah, I'm a model. Okay, like if we're just saying things, I'm just gonna go ahead and participate in the delusion. What also sucks though, this guy heckled me about my weight and I just lost like 60 pounds. So thank you, yeah. Don't clap, it feels mean. Clap, it's always like, yeah, you changed and we like that more. Good for you, girl. I am glad though that I went like after I lost the weight because I feel like if I had gone before, he would have just been like, let's just shoot her. I don't like the way she looks. There are, I don't know, a lot of people have been asking me, how did you lose the weight? Everyone wants to know, and I don't know what to tell them because I did it the old-fashioned way. Just diet, exercise, fly to Mexico, get weight loss surgery. Everybody wants things immediately. Nobody wants to work for anything anymore. That is true, though. I feel like some of you are judging me for that decision. Probably rightly so. But, are we on the dating apps? This is how I justify it. Because I know it's brave of me as a comic to talk about dating apps. But what's the number one thing people always say on dating apps? It's always, I love adventure. Right? Okay, or like, I want an adventure buddy. Okay, I really do love adventure. I say, put your money where your mouth is. Get on a plane, fly to Tijuana, get an organ removed, live Moss, you know? Live Moss, girly. My mom was super against me going down and getting the surgery. And now, but I survived. I'm here dazzling you guys in a basement, so that's good for us. But now every morning my mom sends me a Bitmoji of herself. Do we know these? Moms love them. It's like a little cartoon version of her with like a top hat or like bunny ears or something. It's like, good morning, I love you. But now it's always followed by like 4 dead found in Tijuana. Like, okay, good morning to you too. Like, are you happy about that? That you were right? That it's kind of dangerous? All right, too dark. There are some cons to weight loss, I'm learning. Like men see me as a human being now, so they engage more. Before I lost the weight, it was just like, oh, what are you? Are you a plant? Like an elaborate piece of furniture that can talk and think and feel. So men talk to me now, and I don't know, I've been dating more now. I'm getting totally off track, but I don't care. I went on a first date recently, and this guy, he sent me a text beforehand, and he was like, hey, I just want to give you a heads up. It's totally an option that we go back to my place after the date. So courteous, right, for that heads up. And I was like, hey, I just want to give you a heads up. I 100% knew that was an option. Ball seemed like it was in my court. Okay. Anyway, cut to, I currently have rug burn on my knees from the sex, so he won. I have a Band-Aid on my fucking knee. Okay, anyway, last con of weight loss is I have to get all new clothes now. I have to go jean shopping. And I don't know if you know this, but buying jeans as a woman is one of the most dehumanizing things you can experience. Because there's only 2 options. There's, the first option is jeans that go fully up your coochie, touching your brain, splitting it in half, or low rise, because kill yourself. That's a high note to end on. I feel good about that. All right, remember when I crushed in the beginning? It was fun for us all. All right, have a good night.
Yeah.
Give it up for Chloe, everybody.
Awesome shit. I've always been impressed by the ability of a woman's pants to get her bills paid. You know what I'm saying? Like a good choice of like the guests are like Walmart. Boom, bitch. We just got lights for like 3 months. What's up? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. My inner O came out. Okay, never mind. I'll go back to Whores Anonymous.
Well, Old Navy. It's
all right. I got it. What you can't? You don't think Walmart pants ain't got you fucking rent paid, bitch? You ain't trying hard enough.
I'd like to take a poll. Lights on or lights off?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. We should probably explain.
Yeah.
We had a creative argument in the background because someone believes that we can make the light a little bit more, I don't know, appealing.
Popping.
It was the way he said it.
2000?
Popping.
Really? What the fuck? Anyway, so we're gonna try this lights on or lights off. Let's show you off. This is on.
Hands up for off.
They gotta see what off is. They gotta see what off is. All right, this is lights off. All right,
this is lights halfway on. No, this is lights on.
All right, so now that we can see you again and we've not been forced to think we're walking into the gates of Tartarus itself. Show of hands. All right, Greek myth fans, what's up? Roll. Show of hands, how many want the lights off? I know, found the holes. Found the holes. Home alert, found all the holes. They were like, we used to that shit. What's up? I got that light in my house, bitch. Hey, yo.
Yeah, nobody came up with that suggestion. We just wanted to know who the hosts were in the crowd. That's
Nope, nobody came up with that one. However, my bad, y'all. We've taken up again so much of your time.
Yeah, we got so much more talent, guys. Give it up for your last comic, Chloe. I'm gonna bring up our next comic, Mad Funny. She's the creator of the Can We Be Great web series. Give it up for Ashley Patrice. Watch her come and do it.
Yeah. Yo. All right. So feedback. I love Oprah. I fucking love Oprah. You love Oprah too? Fuck yeah. I've been loving Oprah. I've been obsessed with Oprah since high school. But one thing about Oprah, like in all of her films, if you watch them, she loves talking like a fucking slave. Every single one of them. Even if the movie has nothing to do with slavery. You know what I mean? She was in this TV show called Greenleaf, and it's about a pastor, his church, his family. She's supposed to have a Memphis, Tennessee accent. No, it's fucking slave. And like, I used to be an avid fan of the Oprah Winfrey Show. I used to watch that shit every day. And like, could you imagine her talking like that in her show? And I just feel like white women would love her even more. You know? They'll be like, she's so brave for speaking in the dialect of her ancestors. Do y'all think her and Gail are fucking?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah.
Damn, okay. I get a lot of yes. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're fucking. I kind of feel like Oprah is like asexual. I kind of feel like she doesn't fuck. And she's been with like her partner Stedman for like decades. And I feel like Stedman has a big dick, but he never gets to use it. Like every now and again, Oprah will let Stedman stick a finger in her for 5 seconds. And I feel bad for him. Like, poor Stedman. You know, he only gets his tit licked twice out the year, on his birthday and Christmas. So like a year and a half ago, I moved in with my ex. Well, he was my boyfriend at the time. He's my ex now. Huge mistake. Huge fucking mistake. Because when you live with people, you really get to know them. Like, really, really get to know them. And I really got to know him. And I didn't fucking like him. Like, we used to vacuum with the doors open. I did not like the way he wiped his ass. Like, at all. Like, it made me feel dirty. And it wasn't even my ass, you know? And one time he was cooking breakfast for us. And it was just taking, you know, much longer than normal. So I went outside. And this motherfucker ate a whole pack of bacon by himself. Who the fuck does that shit? Seriously, who does that shit? I was so disgusted, I almost converted to Islam, you know? And then I had to break up with him because that shit is fucking toxic. Like, what else do I want to talk about? Okay, so like Adio was saying, I work in the service industry as well. I work in a restaurant. And people are fucking weird. Like, fucking weird. You know, like, I have a table of white people and I'll just say, hey, how would you like your coffee? And they start getting nervous and stuttering because they don't want to say they want their coffee black because I'm black. And they get as uncomfortable as I get when I meet a white person and we have the same last name. And one of my coworkers, one of my coworkers, she found out we had the same last name. She was so fucking excited. She's like, "Oh my god, we're probably like distant cousins." And I was like, "Oh my god, no, we're not, bitch. Like your family owned my family. That's how we have the same fucking last name, you know." And there's this Spotify playlist I play all the time at work, and it's just a bunch of like R&B from the 90s, 2000s, you know, soul classics, good shit. And they play a lot of Stevie Wonder. I fuck with Stevie. But every time I hear a Stevie Wonder song, I'm reminded of this time. This lady told me she used to cook for Stevie Wonder and that he really can't see and he stinks really bad. And like, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true, but maybe that's why Stevie Wonder moves his head from left to right when he sings. Maybe he's trying to get away from his own funk. I don't know. And recently, Stevie has decided to stop wearing sunglasses. I don't know who told him to do that shit. I don't fucking like it. His eyes make me very uncomfortable. They're like glossy and glazed over. Like it makes him look like he's dead. And I just feel like someone needs to tell Stevie Wonder to get his fucking shit together. Okay, so I used to do this thing when I would talk on the phone with my friends. I would just randomly start saying like bomb US, bomb San Francisco, bomb City Hall. Because I wanted to see if the FBI would show up, you know, because I wanted an adventure. And like I really wanted the FBI to like bust down my door off the hinges and throw me against the wall, and I would have said like fuck me right now or I will bomb City Hall. And I think they would have did that shit to save lives. Okay, so do y'all think aliens are real? Yeah, okay, I get a lot of yeses. I fuck with that. I don't know if I don't know where I stand on that issue. That would be dope if they were real. But I feel like the movies just have it all wrong. It's always the same thing. The aliens come down, kill humans, take over the planet. And I just feel like, where's the creativity? You know, if aliens were so advanced, like, don't y'all think they'll be able to fuck better than humans? I'm gonna take that as a yes. And I said this in an open mic like 2 weeks ago or some shit. And this dude said no, but he was like aggressive. You know, and I'm like, you're just mad you can't fuck an alien. Like, that's all that is. But then there'll be like alien porn. You know, I watch that shit. I'm into that shit. All the tentacles, multiple holes. Like, that sounds delightful. I'll be into that shit. So I'm originally from San Francisco. I've been in New York for like 6 years. And like San Francisco and New York are very different, like culturally. Like there's a lot of things I experienced here that I didn't experience there. And that's why I was walking in like an Orthodox Jew neighborhood, and that's why I flashed my titties to one of them. Because I was just trying to let them know that I'm down to fuck. And like I didn't care if there was like a white sheet between us with the holes cut out for the vag and the peen. You know, I would look like a Klanswoman just to get some of that Hasidic dick. But my only request, though, is that there also be cut out some little curlettes, because I want to pull on them, you know, as a ride in Yosef. How much time do I have? I think I'm just doing more. 2 minutes? Okay, I think I'll do it in 2 minutes. Okay, so like a few years ago, I wanted to have like this sexual revolution, you know. So I went on Tinder, found this dude. The next day we met up. And I didn't realize this, but he told me he had 10 felonies and he had just gotten out of jail like 3 days before. He had did 5 years. And I was like, how did I fucking miss that? You know? But then when I looked back and looked at his pictures, he had on a fucking jumpsuit. And there was like a little metal toilet in the back seat. It's like, whatever, you know, I fucked him still 10 times that month, whatever. And one day we're parked on the street, you know, we're like fucking in the car, you know? And like this car passes us. We're like, whatever, it passed us. And as soon as he says, like, oh, I'm coming, I turn and the car never passed us. It's there taking a video of us. But when I saw my video on Pornhub, like, I was so fucking proud, you know what I mean? Because I've come a long way. I used to be a church girl and, like, look at me. I have a fucking porno. Like, that shit is dope. Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Give it up for Ashley, everybody. Alien porn.
Nah, I knew it. I'm not shocked. The second that she said she was a church girl, I was like, freak. Boom, I know it. You spent like, at least like half of your Sundays 1 year in church. You a hoe. I don't know why it is. I don't know, somewhere between Proverbs and like Leviticus, they're just like, oh shit, God will not be mad at me if we do it in the butt. There it is right there. That's the winner chicken dinner. We all going to heaven. Congratulations. Also, and just to say this, I like hentai too.
Hell yeah.
As a fan, hey, shout out to hentai lovers. See, you know why I like hentai? Because hentai allows you to do freaky shit, but still be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like hentai just offers some new shit, like incest. Come on now, you gotta have a real good reason to fuck your cousin. But there's something in hentai called twin sex, which fucking yourself. And you know what? I don't know. I'm a pretty bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? 1 or 2 4 locals in, I might give myself a run. What's up?
Yeah, you can't really tell, can you?
Boom, we got some more of this awesome talent to get up here.
We do, guys. Give it up for Ashley Patrice one time. Our next comic, you've heard him on WHBC 90.3. Give it up for Jordan Gordon, everybody. Yeah.
What's up? There is too many people here that enjoy anime porn. I don't want to. I'm sure you guys are nice, but to be stuck in a basement like this talking about anime porn just doesn't. I'm fuck with y'all. Y'all cool. Y'all go watch what y'all want. I don't judge. It was a cool day today. Trump got arrested. That is something. Yeah, he got arrested. Okay, you're clapping so I can continue these jokes. Okay. I don't know. I'm not a political guy, so I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I've seen family members and niggas go to jail, and I've never seen someone go to jail unhandcuffed like this. So I have a feeling that this nigga's gonna... I think he's beating this case. This has to be the longest arrest I've seen. Did he say he was gonna get arrested last week, Tuesday? That shit is so strange. I don't know why I believe that. I never went to my weed man and he was like, yo, this is my last pickup, bro. They coming to pick me up next Tuesday. It's like, never knew anyone predicted. Nah, that's cool. We're here fucking around. We're in Bushwick. It doesn't feel like it right now, but we're in Bushwick. We're cool. We're chilling in Bushwick. I mostly do stand up in Bushwick. I like doing stand up in Bushwick, and I have like mostly white audience, so it feels like I'm in a Black Lives Matter protest. It's cool. I always wanted to get invited to those things. It's crazy, man. I'm from original Brooklyn, so it's weird doing like stand up with like and in front of gentrifiers. It's gnarly. It's something I never pictured. It feels like I'm gonna be in a Jordan Peele poster sometime in the future. I feel like I'm just gonna be someone with a microphone in my hand and move that. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. We're having fun. We're here doing it. That's what we're doing. Thank you. This is I saw a lot of weird shit on the news. They said now we're finally officially done with the pandemic. I thought we were done about a year ago. I don't know. It felt a little trendy. Am I wrong? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think if you see someone with a mask, it's like seeing someone with like a Yankee fit. It's like, nigga, that's fucking okay. I don't like that one. It's fucking weird though. The pandemic changed a lot. It changed how the whole dynamic of our society runs, down to the way we talk. It's so strange. Anyone notice that? Like nobody says goodbye anymore. They just tell you stay safe. That's how terrified we are. Before I came up here, someone texted me stay safe. I responded, thank you for reminding me. I was just on my way to get robbed. I don't know what I would do without you. It's fucking strange. During a pandemic to change that is dumb. I was gonna let this homeless man cough in my mouth before you told me something. Yeah, that is ill. That's disgusting. You shouldn't do that. Okay. It's cool, man. Shit, man. Anyone watch March Madness in here? No? Yeah, UConn won. It's fine. I was watching the final game with my dad, my pops, my dad. I was watching with him, and he went on a rant about how basketball has changed. It was better back then in the 90s. Like 90s basketball wasn't just two niggas punching each other. I search up any 90s basketball highlight. You're just going to see a nigga holding another dude in a headlock and just jabbing him in the stomach. You're not going to see a basketball insight. It's funny. The whole sport dynamic changed. It used to be really dark. It used to be black. It's very light-skinned. A lot of Chris Brown, Drake looking niggas working on. It's funny. It's strange. You know what I think happened? I think when basketball was like black in the 80s, the CIA planted like white hoes in the stands so they could have light skinned babies. And now that we got these Drake looking babies, here comes Luka Doncic and Steven Adams, most slave looking white kids I've ever seen in my life, just dominating. I think it's a plan. Okay, we're hearing my theories in a basement. We're fucking doing it. Shit, man. We're in New York, so you guys definitely took the train here. You hop? I hopped. I don't give a shit. Oh, you want to take the train here?
I mean, I took the bus.
Fuck you. I don't I don't know what to say to that. No, I took the train here. Trains are scary, man. I do fuck with trains because it's the only equal place in America. Any race, sexuality, ethnicity, whatever you are, you're equally gonna get stabbed there. You have the same amount of time to get stabbed on there. It's strange. I had a weird interaction on the train with these children. I was wearing a do-rag, right? And I walked into the train, and my do-rag got caught in the door. And it came off, and this little girl was like, I don't know why he wearing a do-rag. And we all see he ain't got no waves. You see how the niggas is cocking up? You see that shit? I don't know how to compare it to white people yet, but like when I find something, I'm gonna compare the. It's a terrible thing to say to someone. I don't know if you ever had an entire train cart laugh at you before, but it's a very Man on the Moon film. It's strange. I don't know if you had a train conductor laugh at you before, but you thought since they worked in the sewer, you weren't allowed to. Kids fucking suck. I hate kids. They're terrible. I don't know how pedophiles do this shit. They're terrible. I don't fully hate. I hate kids like how Eric Adams hates homeless people. I pretend to like them in public, but I don't want to see them little niggas on my train. Stupid. Shit, man. What else been happening with me? I went on a date. Thank you. I like when people cheer when I say I went on a date. It feels like I'm not supposed to. And then... The only time I hear people cheer like this is when I was 13 and same sex became legal, and now when I come up here on stage, people, all right, I'm sorry, I tried that new one out. I want to do that again. No, but I'm dating. I didn't want to start dating. I just got out of a breakup, but I saw the Little Mermaid commercial, and I really want to watch the movie, so I was like, I need to find a girlfriend to have an excuse to watch this movie. So I went and I'm just going on dates trying to find preferably black women to go on. It's strange though. I don't know. Dating is weird. I don't want a serious relationship because they fucking suck. It's not that they suck. It's just certain things I'm afraid of doing. You know, like introducing her to my parents. Especially to my last relationship, I got cheated on. Introduced her to her parents. When you get cheated on, it's like it's an eternal thing in a relationship, but it feels like everybody knows. And you go home at Thanksgiving and people are like, hey, what happened to you and so-and-so? And you're just like, fuck you, grandma, you know good and goddamn well. Happened to you and so-so. Fuck around and kick you down these steps. Kick my mom's mom down the stairs. I'm sorry. I don't know, I'm not the favorite child. I'm not the favorite, and it's okay. She's not that great either. You guys look like, when I say that, it got a little tense in here, but if you guys took shrooms like I did, you realize you're not the favorite kid either. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Mac is the only child, so that's it.
It's a rough life not being the favorite kid and being the only child.
See? Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Being a favorite, I don't need to fucking... You know what I think it is? I think my parents don't like me that much because I was conceived during their divorce. So I'm like the product of breakup sex. That's what the fuck happened to me. That's why I got this stupid ass name, Jordan Gordon. That's what... They just named me. You know how big of a fuck you Jordan Gordon is? I have to be on like my best behavior all the time because you don't fucking forget Jordan Gordon. That is a name that sticks, okay? I can't be a terrible boyfriend. I have to be a good student. Okay, I could tag that. All right, thank y'all. Thank
Yeah,
y'all.
give
I'm
it
sorry.
up. Yeah, that does sound rough, dude. It sounds like you're about to be a junior, and they're just like, all right, let's switch the G to the J, actually, and fucking roll with it. That's
hard. That sounds like a Game of
Yeah.
Thrones moment. Like they just named you after the first thing they saw. Jordan's in the corner. Jordan Gordon is on the paper. We ain't got no eraser. Don't do shit about it.
yeah.
Oh man, that's sad. I know I'm not the favorite kid of the movie because I'm not the light skinned kid. I'm not the photo baby. I'm the one they hand the camera to. Like, Brandon, take the picture. I know that.
Family holidays must have been rough.
I mean, when you get confused for the help, other random people tip you, so it's pretty nice.
Yeah, banking.
It's like, oh, the shit, black people do believe in slavery. That's crazy. There you go, Toby. It's like, all right, fine. Moving. We get to this next one.
Let's keep going, guys. We got some more comedians. You ready to see the next comic do it? The next comic. He's mad funny. You've seen him at Soho Playhouse. Give it up for Marco Rivera, everybody!
Thank you. Okay. I was the one who suggested the lights. I was wrong. I was wrong. And I'm here to repent for my sins of comedy. Okay, let me see where to start. I had knee surgery when I was in high school, so when I got bullied, I couldn't run away. Yeah, I had two options. I could walk away like a bitch, or I could skip away like I liked it. Yeah, just crip skipping with these big ass teeth, like yay! And then I got out of high school, right? And I was like, okay, all those problems are over, but now as an adult, it's way worse. Because if there's like an emergency situation, I could walk away and die, or I could skip away and look like a suspect. This coming away from a burning building is like, yay, mission accomplished, they're all dead, mission accomplished. Imagine this face coming from a shooting, I'm like, yay, I set up all the points, I set up the landmarks. Okay. When the FBI looks at my text messages, they're like, oh, that's what the landmark meant. Let's see, what do I want to do next? I don't think white people should be allowed to review slave movies. Yeah. I have no problem with white people making the movie, but don't tell me how to fucking feel about the movie. Okay? That's like when the teacher gives the test to the students to grade. It's like, no, give that back. That's for us. Because I read what they write, and sometimes I'm like, did they forget slavery? Or they just feel guilty? Like, I like, they'll say shit like, yes, 12 Years a Slave was unforgettable. It's like, aren't you supposed to remember before the movie? Like, yeah. It's like, because to me, a slave movie can't be a 10 out of 10. It just can't be a 10. A slave movie can't be a 10 out of 10 because at the end of the day, a slave movie is just a horror movie, but you know all the scary parts first, Yeah, that's more like, yes, we do. Yes. Like, I sometimes I'm like, I wonder, like, maybe they should keep the Confederate statues just to remind white people it happened. Like, all you gotta do is keep the statue of Robert E. Lee, but just surround it with a menacing red light, like he's telling a scary story. Or maybe like you add to the statue, like you add like it's Robert E. Lee on a horse, but it's a slave killing him through the horse, like through the horse, like a Confederate kebab, like it's going through the horse, through Robert E. Lee, through the American flag. I just don't think I'm that much better. I don't think I like how it stopped right as the joke got into that part. But I just don't think I'm that much better than like a slave owner. I don't think, because like the other day I went to H&M, I bought 20 V-necks for 30 cents. Plenty of slavery. Like plenty of slavery. I don't think I'm less of a piece of shit because I don't have to look at them. At least Thomas Jefferson looked his slaves in the eyes. Okay. Like, oh, I'm such a good person. Like, no. You just got some blinders. You just got the like when I'm purchasing on Amazon, I feel like I'm generating the longest whip in the world. And buy. Every time you press buy, an Asian dude's like, why? You know. All right. Let's see. I don't know if you know this, but in college football they finally pay them, and that's really good now. But they used to not pay them. You know, out of all the sports, that's the most fucked up not to pay for college. They always go, oh, we're not paying them, but we're giving them an education. But you're like teaching them stuff during the day, but then you delete it at night. You know, like that's why I think most of America has brain damage. You know. Because the people running football also have the brain damage. They're like, brain damage isn't that bad. Brain damage isn't that bad. Brain damage isn't that bad. You know? Because that's the thing about brain damage is like, we always talk about how we need to help people with mental illness. We need to help people with mental illness. And then a football player will like hit his wife and they'll be like, there's no excuse to hit a woman. You mean brain damage? You mean the explanation? It's why it happened. I don't know. America likes to look at the solution and go, what do we do? I don't know, it's right there. Just stop doing it. I feel like most countries would just stop doing football. Most countries would be like, it's not worth it. I don't know why we keep doing it. I actually tried to get a brain scan once to figure out why I'm a comedian. Yeah, I tried, yeah. And my insurance sent me a letter that said, our records show you're probably autistic. And I said to the letter, what? And it said, that's it. Our record, that's basically they're going, that's enough for us. I don't know what you're going to do about that. But yeah. And then I tried to go to another doctor, and then my insurance sent me another letter that said, try again, retard. Try again. Okay. Look, I might be a retard, so I might be able to use that word. No, But yeah, it wasn't brain damage as far as I know. I might have that too, but it was actually basically sugar fucks me up, and sugar fucks everybody up. But my body is set up in a way where other foods help sugar beat me up. So every time I would eat a typical American meal, it was a gang initiation. Like tomato sauce would come in and crack my fucking kneecaps. And then vinegar would come through and chop off my toes. And then sugar would come in and just give me the, one of those. My knees are bad. I could do better act outs, but God give me a bad body. Yeah. But yeah, my whole body's fucked up in so many different ways. For instance, my body's physically weak. And when they say that, they go, you look pretty good. It's like, I didn't say looks, I said it feels, Yeah, but I'm very weak. I'm very weak for a man. I'm weak for a woman. I'm weak for a child. I am very weak. And there are some upsides to having a weak body in that it keeps you grounded in reality. Remember there was a 2-week period where everybody kept saying we live in a simulation? Remember that shit? Yeah, that's because your body works good. When everything creaks and cracks, it's real. When every single day of your life is like, oh, you're like, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. When your body doesn't work good, when you're like, I've been fucked up my entire life, and when your body's shitty from day one, it's like skipping to the end of the movie. Like I know what it feels like to be 80 now. Yeah, and I would tell people like, oh my bones hurt, and they'd be like, Marco, you're really annoying. That's the thing is that America only respects illnesses that kill you quickly. Yeah, it's got to be cancer or wheelchair, but they don't know I'm right above wheelchair. I'm right above it. And they're like, you can walk. I'm like, is that really the bar? Is that really the bar for feeling good? Is it just like, oh, you can do this, so it's all your fault now? Like, for instance, I couldn't make muscle. Like, my body just couldn't make the muscle. And people just thought that was my fault because I was also fat. People don't believe you could be sick through fat. Like, if you can gain weight, it's on you, bro. It's on you, bro. If you can be fat, you should have muscle. And they don't realize how much structure I didn't have below the chins, All right. Have a great night.
Yeah! Give it up for Marco, guys. I want to do a quick crowd check. How are we feeling? Anybody need water? Anybody dehydrated? We got drinks upstairs. If you want a drink, feel free to get a drink.
Anybody drugs? We have drugs. I mean, come on, this is Brooklyn. We all have drugs.
Kava.
And turn to the left to the right. If you have drugs to sell, just raise your hand. We'll give you a few seconds on stage to advertise.
Somebody will turn off the lights, and then we'll make the transaction.
Marco, I agree with you about the body thing. It's different. God didn't give me an ass. Like, I got 0% butt. And I think I should at least got 1%. Like, sitting down is so bad for me. Like, the only reason I'm physically fit is because sitting down physically hurts. I slowly die as I am comfortably seated. I feel like a shark, like as I'm not moving, I'm dying. So I understand movie. Sure.
Recliner.
It happens. I got you. It happens.
Guys, give it up for Marco Rivera one time.
Yeah.
Let's bring up our next comic. She's mad funny. You've seen her at Carol Garden Comedy. Carol Garden Comedy. Give it up for Caffiene. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. How are we? Woo! I'm Can. That's it's a nickname though. I like using it as a stage name because I don't want people Googling me, right? The charges have been dropped, okay? We can move on. But I will let you guys know my real name, okay? It's Candace Cuomo. Ew, right? Gross. So yeah, I don't want the association with the former governor, right? Because like him, I am Italian, and like him, I'm also a pervert. So this guy's just blowing up my spot. Thank you. Perfect timing. Just for me. This is fun though. I like the space. You know, I got excited when I turned and I saw some females here because, you know, sometimes as a female comic, you have to put yourself in some weird positions. Like, sometimes I have to tell my boyfriend, I'm like, hey babe, I'm going out. He's like, where are you going? Oh, to a basement with like 10 guys. What? Don't worry, there's a stage. A stage? Yeah, it's being filmed. It's being filmed. Yeah, and can you believe I'm not even getting paid? Comedy can be so much fun. A little about me. I'm 32. I know, shocking. Wow, can't believe it. But if I could give anyone in their 20s, okay. So, advice for you: wait until your 30s to settle down, okay? Because your family becomes way less particular of the people you bring around. When I was in my 20s, my mom used to say things like, hey, Can, you think you'll marry a doctor someday? Then in my 30s, it was more like, hey, Can, think you'll marry someone with health insurance who can go to a doctor one day? And like I said, I'm Italian. I'm sure my mom would have loved if I brought home an Italian guy at some point. But when I was describing my boyfriend to her, I was like, yeah, he's great. And he's half Armenian and half Uruguayan without skipping a beat. Oh, he sounds perfect for you. Later, I pass by her room and I hear, hey Siri, what is Armenian? Hey Siri, what is Uruguayan? She did not give a fuck. I actually just got back from Uruguay. It was such a great trip, extra fun because I don't speak Spanish at all and my boyfriend is fluent. Okay, so he had to do all of the work, make all of the arrangements, take my order every time. And I just sat there, smiled, and said, gracias, which is just like our sex life. So I was pretty good at it. I actually took like 6 years of public school Spanish, and the only phrase that's ingrained in my brain for some reason is, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? And I want to know, like, if I don't speak Spanish, how come in school they kept teaching me to find this library full of books that I can't even fucking read? Public school for ya. But yeah, I grew up in Brooklyn, born and raised. I know, you're like, no one ever sees me and they're like, thank God, a New Yorker. But anyone else here born and raised in Brooklyn? Or, okay. So anyone else have a crippling TikTok addiction? Yes, okay. I'm taking the whole crowd by storm here. But yeah, one thing I've been noticing, like on TikTok, has been really bothering me. Like these girls, they'll just move here, right? And they'll be all, you're not a real New Yorker until, and then they always say something I've never done before. They're like, you're not a real New Yorker until your bodega guy fingers you in the asshole while eating a chopped cheese. And I'm like, I don't think you're a real New Yorker. I think you're just a whore eating a sandwich, so it's a little awkward. I'm gonna switch gears. I'm gonna do something a little new. My boss is such a bitch, okay? Yes, she's 7. But yeah, I'm a nanny, and but okay, the worst thing about this girl, honestly, is her bladder. Okay? Because it is so tiny and yet so destructive, it could just ruin my day at any moment, okay? So I take her to this park and a New York City public park bathroom, right? I can only imagine. The toilet is metal. Okay, so every time, and I just want to get in and out of there as quick as possible. And she's always complaining, always like stepping in the piss puddles, and like, so she always sits and she's like complains that it's cold. And I just want her to sit and hurry. So I lie, of course, like anyone does with children. And I say, no, when it's cold, that means it's good. And she's like, why? I'm like, well, you know what they say, when it's warm, it's freshly used. So, like, now every time we go, this is the same song and dance. She complains, and I say, oh, you know, it's good when, if it's warm, it's freshly used. So, so she's also a bitch, and we've been trying to, like, really work on her manners and her pleases and thank yous. So we get home, and I make her dinner. I make her, like, mac and cheese. Her parents come home, and I'm about to hand her the bowl of mac and cheese. And I'm, like, trying to show off, like, all the progress we've been doing on her manners. And I hand her the bowl, and I say, now, what do we say? If it's warm, it's freshly used. So I quit. I'm looking for a new job. If anyone has any leads, let me know. I'm a great nanny because I lie to them constantly. So, switching gears, my boyfriend got a vasectomy. And, like, to be honest, I was really confused when he first told me. Because in movies and TV, they all call it the snip snip. Like, I thought he had gotten neutered. I was arguing with him. I was like, but babe, you have balls. So there he goes, mansplaining vasectomies to me. And I'm like, listen, babe, I really don't care. I just want to know, what the fuck am I actually swallowing? And he's like, babe, I literally figured out our birth control. You can figure out whatever it is you're swallowing. And I'll just leave you on that. I'm Can. Have a great night, guys. Give it up for audio.
Give it up for Can. So good, you gotta say it twice, right, everybody?
Yeah.
Bet you've never heard that before. Alright, guys, I'm gonna keep it moving. You've seen this next comic at Broadway at Helium. Give it up for homegirl May Kasem, everybody! Watch her come and do it! Yeah!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, how we doing, open micers? Yeah, that's right. I know, you all got big shot fucking credits. You guys see the TV credits? Some podcasts, you know, we're all doing our thing over here, and I love it. Oh yeah. Well, my name is May. I am from Philly. I just moved here a few months ago, so yeah, go Birds. But let's see, what do I want to start out with? I've had a very long day. I do have a toddler. Yeah, that's right. He's like 20 months old. 20 months old. I've been doing comedy for a while now, but I did do comedy when I was pregnant. Right. Yeah, that shit was crazy. And my favorite thing about being pregnant was probably looking up little facts about being pregnant. Did you know that a baby pees inside of you every 30 minutes when you're pregnant? Oh my god. Yeah. It's crazy. It's like I was being R. Kelly'd from the inside. Yeah. At that, My baby, he's triracial. He's black, he's Irish, he's Filipino. Yeah, that's right. White people have a hard time finding a slur for that. Now, when I was pregnant, I was like, what is this child going to look like, you know? Because it could go two ways. This kid could look exactly like me, or I could look like his nanny. Yeah, but I'm starting to watch a lot of Disney films with him right now. I'm watching Disney films, and I'm really loving how they're coming out with more progressive films, more things to choose from. You know, they came out with Raya and the Last Dragon. That's right. I was so excited. They came out with a Southeast Asian girl who's like fighting with bamboo sticks and riding armadillos. And I was just stoked because I don't have to pretend to like Moana or Mulan anymore. I finally have something for me. By the way, if you didn't guess, I am Filipino. That's right. That means all of my favorite foods are challenges on Fear Factor. Yeah. It's like, hey, man, do you like ox balls? Yeah, if grandma's making it, give me two servings of that. But yeah, I don't have to pretend to like those two movies anymore. I finally have something for me now. But if you ask me, my favorite princess of all time in the Disney household is Pocahontas. Because she is my spirit animal tripping on acid. Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to trees, befriending raccoons, and I'm definitely going to leave with the white guy. Can you believe that shit, though? She chose John Smith. She had fine-ass cocoa. You could melt butter off of this guy's abs, right? Fine warrior prince. And she was like, oh no, I think I'll take the colonizer. I don't know. Maybe she should have ended up with cocoa. Maybe she wouldn't have died of syphilis. Y'all are dark. What the heck? I'm just kidding. Yeah, but, you know, there's Cinderella too. I like Cinderella. I like a good Cinderella story. But the thing about Cinderella is that she reminds me of your one dumb bitch friend when you're out on girls' night. You know, you're out for girls' night and you love her to death. You love this girl to death, but like, she acts like a hot mess when you're out. You know, you're going over to her. Let's call her Cindy. And you're just going over to Cindy. You're like, Cindy, get in the Uber, Cindy. Get in the Uber. Put that drink down, bitch. It's not yours. Stop talking to him. He's not worth your time. I don't know. I mean, the thing about Cinderella is like, I just don't trust the bitch who leaves her shoes at the club. Yeah. That's right. So this is a cafe, right? We got baristas in here. I feel like I'm gonna get murdered right now in this dingy ass basement. Wait, when they turned off the lights, I just felt like the fucking gremlin people were gonna like take my soul or something. I don't know. It's this small chair. It's this really small. It's like a chair for me. It's not for you guys. No. But I totally do a different job from a barista. I'm actually a bartender. Right. Yeah, totally different. Like I serve guys who look like that guy earlier. Like he looked like cocaine as a person. That's what he looked like. I want him to come back actually. But being a bartender is pretty wild because like you always have like the craziest people come in and out of the bar. You know, if you ever have the time, like ask your bartender, like what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you? What's the craziest person who's ever come up to you? For me, it was this lady. She walks in, but she's like hot. You ever seen a hot lady? Like an older hot lady, though. Older hot. That means her boob job was like way up here, and her cheeks were way down here. And her nips were pointing in different directions, like the eyes of Gritty. All right. What the fuck? I hope you all turn into vaginas. What's going on here? All right. Well, she comes to the bar, and then we're just talking. We're having a conversation. And you know, get to know her a little bit more. And turns out like her husband's like in Hell's Angels, and then she used to be an Eagles cheerleader, so that's pretty sick. But we're having conversation after conversation, drink after drink after drink, until she gets way too drunk and starts doing handstands on the bar.
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my god is correct. So that's always an awkward moment for bartenders because you never know what to do when you're cutting off somebody. You just kind of like hand them like your drink, and then you're just like, hey, hon, I'm so sorry, but I got to, I think that you should like really go home after this last drink. She's like, it's okay, honey, you're just looking out for me. I was like, all right, sick. So then I give her the check, right? I give her the check, and she signs it, and then she comes up to me and she's like, I had a really great time here. Can you give me your hand for the handshake? So I give her my hand, right? And now my fingers are in her mouth. What the fuck? Oh wow, you guys are so tame for fingers in mouths, really? Is that your reaction if some older lady like took? Yeah, think about it. Yeah. Don't think about it. I don't know, you guys. But like, I tell my friends about this, and they have your same reaction that you have right now. You know, you're like, yo, I would have fucking slapped the shit out of her. I'm like, no way, she's old, she's frail. No way I would do that. Also, you guys, I was way too busy fingering myself. Yeah. All right. What do I want to end on? We like big bitches? Yeah? What the fuck? Y'all don't like thick bitches? What's wrong?
Like all the bitches.
Good. Good. I don't know, I'm a skinny bitch. I think you should appreciate big bitches more because skinny bitches like me will steal your fucking hoodies. That's right. Now you should go over a big bitch's house. She'll lend you her clothes. That's right. You don't come to my house. My shit will look like crop tops on you. All right, that's what I wanted to work out. You guys have a good night.
Can. I gotta say this though. Who was that? Was that this one? No shit. My bad. The drugs. My bad. The drugs again. Damn. All right. Just shout out to my drug dealer because that was a fire ass edible. Like, high five. But no, shout out to the skinny bitches. I get you, bitch. I understand. All the bitches need love, y'all. We can't hold back the love from any of the bitches. You know, big bitches always got them secret cooking recipes that Big Mama left behind from slavery. She's like, you know exactly how much paprika you supposed to add. I never knew that. Skinny bitches always compliment your outfit good. Like, there's always a set of a jacket and a set of matching pants. You basically just buy the same clothes you bought and put them on your skinny bitch. Now we both super fly. Oh, fuck that. I'm a skinny bitch. I better show me some love, motherfucker. And I'm a magical skinny bitch. I know that. You know how I know I got skinny bitch powers? You ever eat pussy so good someone forgets you owe them $700 in rent? You ever eat pussy so good that happened afterwards? Y'all, we have a dropping comedian friend of mine trying to get back into the comedy world so we can kind of give some of that magical support, time, and love to a comedian friend of mine, Nico Delafave.
Brandon's so fucking tall every time I come up. Anyway, I'm starting to feel the effects of getting older, which, by the way, I'm like 10 years plus older than you probably think I am, because I know I look like a fucking Justin Bieber brown hair cut out at this point, but it's, I don't know, there are many stages of getting older. There's like puberty, there's when you start feeling hangovers really bad. I'm at the stage in my life where when I crack my neck, it releases a memory. Which is really concerning. I'll just be like doing the dishes, like crack my neck, and I'm like, hey, remember when I won MVP in hockey camp? That was cool. It's a fucking lie. They're all bad memories. It's like I crack my neck and it's like you have to go back to therapy. But recently, so I'm working out a bunch of new jokes, but anyway, recently I've been having what these memories come back to me out of nowhere, and I've started calling them mental jump scares. Because you know when you have like a period or periods of your life where, you know, the darkness consumes your mind and then you forget those periods because your brain is trying to protect you, you know? Anyone? No, wow. You guys are all comedians and you're not psychologically damaged. But anyway, my most recent mental jump scare came when I read a tweet about Malia Obama. And I suddenly, like a flash, remembered accidentally meeting Malia Obama in my underwear and a t-shirt. And to explain, this was when I was living in LA a couple years ago, and I had a roommate who I'd met through random people. She told me at one point that she was working on something with Malia Obama. And at this point in my life, again, I was so dissociated that I was like, okay, whatever. Just no reaction whatsoever. So basically one morning I woke up, I smoked a fat spliff in my room, I went into my kitchen, and as I rounded the corner, I looked up and met eyes with Malia Obama. And I was just like, oh, hey, what's up? She was like, hi, I'm Malia, nice to meet you. And again, my like corpse animated being was like, oh, cool, nice to meet you. And I walked back into my room. But it really to me poses the psychological question of like what actually would have awakened me from that stupor if Malia Obama is just chilling in my kitchen didn't. Like if there's like a room of scientists like watching me through a two-way mirror, he's like, nope, he's still dissociated. Malia Obama did nothing. He's still not in reality. We're gonna have to try someone dead next week. Put Richard Nixon in his kitchen, see what happens. So the what was I gonna talk about today? I did an open mic earlier, and it was my first one in a very long time, as Brandon might have mentioned. But so yeah, I am a trans man, and sometimes I have a compulsion to tell people that I am trans soon after meeting them, because a lot of people just assume that I'm a fucking Guido. And I guess I need people to know that the reason I inject testosterone is medical, not so that I can fist pump at the club harder. And also to be clear to, because people ask me a lot when I tell them that I'm a trans man, they're like, oh, when are you gonna grow tits? Which, my tits are at the bottom of a medical waste facility, like in New Jersey somewhere. Just people getting mixed up a lot. So I have like what I like to call like you know the Schrodinger's cat philosophical problem. You know, there's like a cat in a box, and you don't know if the cat's alive or dead because you know it's in a box. You have no idea. I have what I like to call a Schrodinger's cock, which is like when I meet someone, tell them I'm trans, and I can see this look in their eye where they're trying to figure out if I have a dick or not. And I like to think about all the cumulative time that people have spent contemplating my genitals. If I could get that time back from the universe. Like, you know, like on the SATs, if you have a learning disability, they give you extra time. Like, I want all that time back from the universe so I could do something cool with it. You know, like, I could improve my life. I could start doing yoga. Get one of those water bottles that tells you when to drink throughout the day. Get healthy. I was doing that joke out of this open mic earlier, and there was a feedback portion, and this guy was like, yeah, you could call that like if there was like a game show, it'd be like dick or no dick. And I was like, they did that already. It's called The Maury Show. Yeah, anyway, this week was Trans Day of Visibility, which kind of feels like how Day of Silence felt for me in high school. I don't know if any of you had the Day of Silence at your high school, but it was basically like, everyone is silent all day to show solidarity for gay people, because gay people are in the closet. And I remember making it through to, like, the last period of the day, like, being silent all day, which, again, I'm a Guido. I don't like being silent all day. But I made it to the last period, and then suddenly I, like, turned around, I looked at my friend, and I was like, why the fuck am I being quiet? I should be able to scream all day. Like, you guys should be quiet. I should be able to scream all day. And that's kind of what Trans Day of Visibility feels like for me at this point. There's just kind of like this day where people either like are more aware that they hate you, or either more aware that your statistics for life suck. Like, you get a text from your mom that's like, I'm so glad you're alive. Like, thanks. I had a good day. Too. Do you want to hear about? That? And she's like, you're just so brave. Which is, one way of saying I'm glad you're not terminal. But yeah, I didn't have a lot of stuff to work on for today. I'm gonna head out on that one. Thank you.
Yeah. Nico Della Fave, everybody.
Give it up for Nico one time, everybody.
I'm glad you're back out. Random question though, this Day of Silence, was that a real fucking thing?
Yeah, it's totally a thing. A lot of high schools do.
Straight fuck that, nigga. If I was gay coming to class, I'm all day, nigga. Booty hole, dicks, booty hole, dicks. Rah, me, bitch, yeah! I'm not being quiet for shit. Nigga, if they had Negro appreciation, they'll nigga! Like Lawrence Fishburne at the end of that movie, nigga. Wake up!
And on that note, I'm going to bring up our next comic, guys.
Let you know.
You've seen her on Hulu TV. Give it up for Matt O'Hara, everybody!
Where's that going? Is that going there?
Yeah.
Alright, give it up
right
for
there.
one more time. Let's can we clap that? Jesus, are you cold? Are you okay?
Yeah, it's freezing.
It is all cold for a basement, right? You would think they would. Okay. Basements are so weird, because it's like either they're unfurnished and disgusting, or they're way too furnished. There's like, why are you expecting so many people to see your basement? Is there an issue? You know what I mean? You ever go into a basement and like the walls are perfect and you're like, who the fuck are you bringing down here? It's a very sleepy vibe, don't you think? It's nice. Why are you guys all in the back? You can answer. This is a live. Okay. I don't know all of you. Some of you, like your comics, but we haven't met because I do most of my stuff in Manhattan. That's great. I like being here. No, it's okay. We can just sit. We can just sit in the silence. Is that okay? We can sit in silence and then I'll talk, and then you guys let me know if you like what I say. I gotta take a shit. You ever take a shit so big you think you can handle prison? Hey, yo, do you disagree? He was just talking about anal. He didn't get an A. Everyone was pro. Oh, God. I just got, not just, it was like a year ago, I got through a breakup. No, thank you. There were a lot of red flags, apparently. My friends told me that, like, after, They always, like, when you go through a breakup, you're alone, and then after it's over, they're like, dude, she sucked. That was horrible. Like, I knew she sucked. I'm like, could have told me that 2 years ago. That's like putting in metal detectors the day after a school shooting. It's like, all right, fine, but where's the lineup? I'm not gonna lie, there are gonna be a lot of tragedy jokes tonight because we're in a fucking basement and you're all comics, so I know you're fine with it. It's weird, you know. Has anyone gone through a breakup? We assume you have. You're supposed to like work on yourself after. Did you know that? You're supposed to work on yourself. People do that all the time. Like my friends who are single will come up to me. They're like, I'm just working on myself. That's all I hear. You know what I never hear? I'm done. I'm trying to use the correct terms for groups now. That's what I'm doing. Trying to use the, like you're not supposed to say disabled anymore. Did you know that? You're supposed to say a person who has a disability. Which I do wish I knew that in middle school, because I would have been like, please don't call me a loser. You know? Call me a person who loses. Is that better? Is that less offensive? I don't know what it's like to be disabled. I know what it's like to be made fun of, though. One time someone was, oh, you're back. Hello. The guy, right? I thought I was crazy, because no one acknowledged him. So I was like, did anyone else fucking save this dude in a full white song? Hi, are those eggs? That's hilarious. Oh my god. Did you guys see that? He just took a carton of eggs from the fridge. What else is in that fridge? Can I look? What else is in here? It's mostly eggs. I'm not gonna lie. It's like all eggs. Yeah, and guacamole. That's so strange. I'm sorry. I'm very bored. I don't know. No, it's okay. Thank you. I know you guys like the support. I appreciate it. I'm good. I appreciate the support. I kind of want to sit in the chair. It's weird when you put in so much effort in a relationship. It's very strange. It's kind of like, because you put in all the effort and then it ends, you know? And then, like, you go into another relationship and you have to put in the same amount of effort. It's kind of like when, I imagine, it's like when the builders were asked to rebuild the World Trade Center. And they were like, all right, we're going to do it, you know. We're going to do it, but we're only going to build one this time. All right. Someone came up to me after shit, they were like, Mac, that joke is offensive. You're offensive. I'm like, I'm not offensive, I'm a person who offends. Go fuck yourself. Do you like that callback? That was fun, wasn't it? That was miserable. No, thank you. I appreciate that. It is strange. Have people encountered big red flags in a relationship? You have? What was your thing?
He did a lot of cocaine.
He did a lot of cocaine. That's kind of a green flag. Sometimes. I don't know. How into cocaine are you?
Not anymore.
Not anymore at the time.
I wasn't into it before him, and then I was.
Oh, so you were into cocaine after you broke up with him?
No. It was like we did a lot of cocaine together.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good cocaine?
You know, it's okay.
I don't actually. I don't do cocaine. I look like half a Q-tip. Do I look like a... I was at the supermarket the other day, and they asked me if I was looking for my mommy. And I had nothing to do, so I was like, yeah, I am. They went on the loudspeaker. They announced it. They were like, there's a 12-year-old lesbian looking for her parents. Okay, you laughed too hard at that. I like being young, man. There's less judgment when you're young, you know? Like my friend, he's 23. He had sex in an alleyway. There was like no judgment, you know? There should have been a little judgment. But when you're young, it doesn't matter. But if you're like 45, you have sex in an alleyway, I mean, you live in the alleyway. That's not an alleyway, that's home, I'm pretty sure. It's not the light. I don't care who you are. If you're having sex in an alleyway at 45, your life is not gone according to plan. What else should I talk about? Red flags. It is strange because you, like 6 months in, you start to put it together. Like all the dots, you know, but you still gotta pretend like your girlfriend isn't the problem. I can be like, well, that's crazy. All 12 of your exes said you had a temper? That's insane. 12 people in this country can put someone in the electric chair. But no, yeah, you're not the issue. And now I'm dating. And it's weird. And I never know what to say to women. That's my problem. I never know how to talk. Like, I went to the emergency room the other day. Not for fun. I was in pain. I had stomach pain. That went. But I had a really hot doctor. And I was like, this is my moment, you know. And she'd be like, is this where it hurts? And I wanted to impress her, so I'd be like, it doesn't even hurt that much. Actually, I think it's because my abs are too defined. And she was like, no, Mac, actually, this happens when your abdominal wall is so incredibly weak that your intestine pushes through it. I know. I'm like, you could have just said you're not interested. Alright, so here's what we learned. In conclusion, we learned that comics like school shooting and 9/11 jokes. Right? Isn't that what we learned? That was it. Yeah, no, thank you. I hopefully real people like it too, but I'm glad you guys do. I'll see you later.
Give it up. Back over here, everybody.
Awesome shit.
By the way, that dude that was getting the eggs, I don't know if you picked on it, but he is the owner of Caffiene Underground.
He's amazing.
Which would be the only reason why he would go into the fridge to get eggs
so.
in the first place. You know?
Can I add a point?
Role play.
As someone who has had sex in an alleyway, that doesn't mean my life is going that fucking bad, y'all. I've also had sex in 3 Burger Kings. That don't mean I live in no fucking Burger King. However, the rent on a Burger King bathroom is amazing, y'all. It's like $45 in a coupon. It's crazy.
Have you ever had sex in a Dairy Queen?
No, not yet. It's on the list.
It's different. It's creamy.
Nice one. Nice one.
On that note, give it up for our next comic. You've seen her at Soho Playhouse. It's mad funny. Give it up for Jay So Little, everybody! Feel free to come up, guys. Feel free to come up.
How are we doing? Yeah. You know, this basement reminds me of like me the first time I fucked a woman. It was like in a basement just like this. I'm sorry, I don't have a joke for this, but I need to figure out how to fill 8 minutes. So we were fucking, right? And the lights were incredibly dark. And then I went upstairs to go wash my hands and I realized like they were just covered in blood. Yeah. And I was like, are you okay? Did I hurt you? And she's like, no, it's probably just my period. And then like I finally understand why men are scared of having sex with women. Like, it's a lot of pressure. That's starting on a great note. I recently went on a work trip to DC. I'm kind of still scatterbrained from it. I don't work in politics or finance. I do work adjacent to those fields. I'm a sex worker. So I do like a lot of finance adjacent ball licking. But like this guy, he's a sugar daddy I see in New York, and he spent over $2,000 to ship me down to DC to do exactly what we do here for 2 hours. And it didn't make any sense to me, right? Like $2,000 just to come in a different state. And then I went to my own hotel room and I finally realized like why somebody would spend that much money. It's bad. It's like you're like shifted back into the early 2000s again. You don't even have Netflix. So I went to the strip club to, fill the time with my evening. I didn't know walking in that it was a fully nude club. I found out pretty quickly. And I also learned pretty quickly that like I don't want to see a girl's pussy until I know her hopes and dreams. Like, I really want to know what you want to be when you grow up before I see the length of your labia. I used to be a stripper myself 5 years before I started doing comedy. They're actually really not that different. I just used to make money and get attention, but my parents are still disappointed in me either way. I don't fuck outside of work a whole lot anymore, but I did relapse recently. I met this guy, he was a jazz guitarist, right? Already making some great choices on my part. And for reference, this guy also tried to use lube, like he tried to use lotion as lube. He's like, no, it's like unscented Jergens, it's fine, you know? He played a little music for me, and my New Year's resolution was to be less of a cunt, so I just told him, man, you're so ahead of your time. People just don't get you yet. But he was fucking me, and he had his hand on my throat, and he was like, you dumb fucking whore. I had to be like, excuse me? I'm a smart fucking whore. I can say, please don't come in my hair in 2 different languages. I'd love to demonstrate my Japanese for y'all, if that's all right. Yeah? もう気持ちすぎて、もういいちゃうからもうやめて、もうそこに座らないでよ、もう。And if you're wondering what that means, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. No. Oh. You know, they say when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, right? But I have trouble coming, so I'm working so hard every day of my life. Like, it's gotten to the point that I started calling my vibrator a Sherpa, because, God, so many of those fuckers have died getting mediocre white men to the top of that mountain. No, I got into whoring because I thought that, like, it would be a really straightforward job. Like, I'm coming from the hospitality industry. It's really not that big of a jump. Like, you're lying to people on a daily basis and making them feel good about themselves. But I get paid more, and I wouldn't have gotten into it if I'd known beforehand. There is so much administrative work that comes with, like, sex work. Like, my job is not all that different from your guys's. Like, does anybody have an office job? Yeah? Most of my day is spent, like, on emails, talking in circles about meetings that may or may not happen. The content is a little different, but I do use, like, as per my last email on a regular basis. No, this one client I have right now, I call him Mirror Man. Because, like, you know the kind of guys that fuck like they watch too much porn? But, like, you have to look a certain way to fuck like you watch too much porn. You have to look like you could do porn. And he doesn't. He's, like, a 48-year-old Taiwanese man with a thick accent and glasses. And, like, he's, like, kind of still saggy all over. But he really likes staring at himself in the mirror while I suck his dick. Like, he's not even looking at me. Yeah. This is a vibe, guys. This is a real vibe. I really like, you know, I heard so many stories about that owner, and, like, he really lives up to it. There's just an aura about him that I really enjoy. Like, I didn't have any picture in mind, but he fits it perfectly. I wrote notes on my hand. I'm really glad I did that. I do think we all like being lied to during sex, though. You know? Like, I do it on a regular basis, but I think we all enjoy it. Like, I like being called a dumb whore because I think I'm smart. But, like, nobody wants to hear the honest-to-God truth. Like, nobody wants to be like, oh my God, Josh. Oh my God, it's so hot how averagely sized your dick is. Oh my God, I love that you're in therapy. Oh my God, it's so great that you know how to load the dishwasher correctly. I don't think there's anything sexier than a man who, like, knows how to take care of a household. Because I'm not going to come either way. Do you guys remember Dora the Explorer? Yeah? I always wondered what it'd be like if she had aged with us. Like, if she'd, like, been guiding me through my early 20s a little bit. Like, hola, soy Dora. Can you say drunk in Spanish? Borracha, that's right, good job. Hey, backpack, do you have any condoms? No? Hey, map, ¿dónde está la clínica de aborto? Oh, man. How many strippers can you fit into a single bathroom stall? Any ideas? No?
6.
I don't know. How much blow do you have? You keep talking about drugs. I want to see some of them. I wish you guys saw the look I just got. Oh, I never expected to be doing this. Like, I've been in a lot of basements like this, and I never thought I'd be fully clothed in one. And I love how, like, wholesome the decorations are, too. Like, we've got, like, some, like, Valentine's shit going on over here. Glow-in-the-dark stars, because, you know, the lights are probably usually off, and they should be. What do I want to end on? I'm gonna end it there.
Hey! Give it up for Jason a little one time!
Super family. Hate to break the news to you, but that was our last comedian.
Whoring was the topic of the...
Which is important. Whoring is fun.
Yeah.
Whoring is fun and fundamental, bitches.
It's sex work, and sex work is work, guys.
Do you know how many blowjobs have saved society? Listen, if I was a mayor right now, here'd be the rule. Before you left the house, you got to masturbate at least one time.
They've saved the president's career.
And you know how much violence would stop in New York City? Niggas be like, nigga, I just came this morning, nigga. I'm good. All this post-nut clarity, nigga. I'm going home.
I came before I came to work today, guys. Like, that happened.
Almost too much information, but all right.
Hey, man. God's honest truth.
Super family, thank everyone for being here.
Thank you guys for coming. You guys just did it!
As always, thank Caffiene Underground for hosting us.
Yeah, thank Caffiene Underground. Ian Ford, that's his name. That's the owner's name. I want a big thank you to him. Thank you for my co-host right here, The Subway Show. I'm Audie LK. Y'all have a great night. Get home safe, stay safe.
Check out the Instagram for the date on the next show.
Yeah.
I was on my way. I went to Pure Chaos.
Dude, how was that?
That's good.
Thank you, by the way.